Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. It's Wednesday, June 15th, 2022. And we begin with Yellowstone putting the brakes on visitors. One of the most popular national parks in the U.S. closed all entrances on Monday and evacuated some visitors after heavy rains led to flooding and rock slides that washed out roads and at least one bridge. Power is also out throughout the park, which complicates the situation. Yellowstone will remain closed at least through today, and Park Superintendent Cam Shawley says they won't know the timing of the park's reopening until floodwaters subside and they're able to see the extent of the damage. These unprecedented rains hit just as the summer tourist season was kicking into high gear. It's not record flooding, but record high temperatures getting attention elsewhere in the U.S. A heat wave is moving east with about 100 million Americans under heat warnings and advisories this week. Southerly winds are pushing hot and humid air into the eastern two-thirds of the nation through today, and temperatures could be 10 to 30 degrees above normal. The National Weather Service in Chicago is warning everyone to limit strenuous outdoor activities and sun exposure. But those on the West Coast are finally getting a break with a strong cold front bringing relief for California. And according to AccuWeather, the Northwest Mountains in Montana may even see a few inches of wet snow. A close call for a German Shepherd that wandered into the San Diego Zoo Safari Park on its own over the weekend. The dog got all the way into the gorilla habitat before anyone noticed. Worried visitors captured the wayward pooch in videos as it started being chased by some rather large, fast gorillas that apparently weren't too keen on their uninvited guest. Zoo workers successfully called the two primates out of their habitat so the dog could be safely removed, much to the relief of the onlookers. A conservation group says gorillas are generally calm animals, but can become aggressive and dangerous when they feel they're being threatened. Animals of another kind are the talk of Wall Street these days. A bull market is when stocks rise 20%. A bear market is just the opposite, and that's what we're in right now. An index that measures the health of the trading world is now down more than 21%, mostly because of inflation, which is the rising price of the things we buy every day, like gas, food, cars, and appliances. And now those who manage the nation's finances have to try to tame inflation without slowing the economy so much that we all stop spending money. A new type of artificial skin could give robots nearly the same level of touch sensitivity as humans. The system, being developed by the University of Glasgow in Scotland, involves a human-shaped robotic hand covered in a flexible plastic material. Information is partially processed in tiny circuits embedded in this skin through spikes in voltage when there's contact with another object, similar to the way the electrical impulses pass between the nerve cells in our own skin. If the voltage spike hits a certain level, the robot's hand will pull back sharply, like we would if something poked our finger. Research co-author Fengyang Liu told The Times this could help build better artificial limbs and also enable robots to explore and interact with the world in new and exciting ways. In other KidNuz notes, imagine having to mow this field of grass. Scientists have discovered what they believe is the world's largest plant. It's an underwater field of seagrass that stretches for 112 miles off the west coast of Australia. And it's been around for a really long time, an estimated 4,500 years. Seagrasses are flowering plants that grow in shallow waters and can play an important role in cleaning the ocean's water. Plus, they provide food and shelter for many creatures of the sea. He may not look it, but Spiderman turned 60 this month. Spidey made his comic book debut on June 5th, 1962. Previously, comic books would feature teenagers in rather small roles, but the Spider-Man series was the first to use a high school student, Peter Parker, as the superhero's secret identity. The original artwork was anonymously donated to the Library of Congress, where visitors can see it in person. And last year, this comic book where Spider-Man first appeared was sold for a record-setting $3.6 million. That's it for KidNuz. Now, the KidNuz quiz. What national park is closed to all visitors? Yellowstone. How old is Spider-Man? 60. The world's largest plant is located off the coast of what country? Australia. A bear market happens when a stock index drops by how much from its recent high? %20. In our KidNuz kicker, where did the labels for bull and bear markets come from? The most likely explanation dates back to the London Stock Exchange in the 1600s, when traders would post offers to buy stock on a bulletin board. When lots of people wanted to buy, the board was full of bulletins, or bulls. And when offers were scarce, the board was bare or empty. Thanks for listening. It really helps if you rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. And we hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.